Hey, what's up, everybody? Hope y'all having an awesome, blessed, and highly favored weekend. This is early Saturday morning. I'm at my husband's job. He is pressure washing, detailing the outside of my car. And I wanted to come on here for a little bit to talk about just my reaction on the podcast that I saw a few days ago with Unbreakable Kicks, Damn D, Feats and Treats, and Mr. Skinny. I think there were two other people too. I don't remember their names, so charge it to my head and not my heart. There were two other people that were active in the podcast, and it was all about Damn D making a exposure video, pretty much exposing Unbreakable Kicks for selling some unauthorized Jordan 1s. I think they were the Pine Greens. And the thing about it is, I guess it was a big deal because Unbreakable Kicks is known for having a huge following, and he also is a reseller. He has sold, he's a Jordan collector, and he sells a lot of shoes, and he has a good clientele base. He has I think he lives in Chicago. He's married, but he comes off as a really good guy. He has a really cool demeanor about himself, and a lot of people like him. Like a lot of people, when he go to like different places or sneaker cons, they show him love, and I guess that was the part that everybody was like kind of, I wouldn't say devastated, but kind of like, oh my God, just flabbergasted about, was that he, in all of his the times that he sold shoes to people, and has a reputable, he has a good reputation of not selling fakes or anything like that. That this one time it kind of slipped the tracks. He kind of like put his guard down, and he was exposed pretty much for selling some fake shoes. I seen the podcast, and I seen some other people's reactions to the videos, and I'm gonna tell you this: I personally, I subscribe to his channel, and I'm talking about Unbreakable Kicks. Me and my fiance, we both like him, and we both like his content. But when we saw Damn D's video, and Damn D, I gotta tell you, he's a sadist. To say the least. He's a lot of other things too, but he's definitely a sadist. He likes to see the people he don't like suffer. And karma's a bitch. It will come back to you if you intend to harm someone, if you intend to throw someone's name under the bus and try to slander their name. It will come back to you, definitely. So Damn D, you go get yours. It's gonna happen. It may happen years from now, but it's definitely going to happen. But at any rate, what you put out in the world is what you get back. That's universal law. And if you put out negativity, if you put out negativity, if you put out things that that's gonna tear somebody down, it's gonna come back to you. So that's what I mean by you're gonna get yours. Every dog has his day. I kind of felt bad for Unbreakable Kicks because they had him in the hot seat. The dude was in the hot seat, and he honestly didn't know how to handle it. He was sweating, and a lot of people say sweating is an admission of guilt, but also he was probably very nervous because they was coming at him with the questions. Tony D even was coming at him with the questions. Mr. Skinny, they were like, dude, you effed up. And one thing I can say about Unbreakable Kicks, I really admonish him for admitting that he messed up, admitting like, look, this one time I let my guard down, this one time, I messed up. You know, this will never happen again. I'm sorry. But in this kind of business, it's like a dog eat dog kind of business. To whereas they love you 1 minute and the next minute, you know, they hate you. Just like I went to his page, because he made 2 videos after that podcast, and I saw his followers drop by like a couple of thousand. Like he had like 96, like he almost was at 100,000 subscribers, but now he's at 95, 96,000, and just that fast. Like all those people, you know, unsubscribed from him. And he said, you know, they weren't loyal to begin with. But it goes to show you how fickle people are in life. People are just fickle. And they'll ride with you when things are going well. When they see you on top and money is flowing and you're being successful. But when you make one mistake, one innocent mistake, I don't think this was this was intentional. I do believe that this was something that he did, that it just slipped through the cracks, and he sold a fake pair of shoes. I collect shoes. I don't wear Jordans. I'm not a Jordan fan like that. I admire the Jordan brand, but I don't wear Jordans. I wear Air Max, and I got me a couple of Yeezys. And most of my Yeezys, there was one pair of Yeezys I got from a guy that sold them to my fiance. But how do I know that they're real? I mean, I did my own kind of authentication test, but how do I know it's a real pair? We don't know. I mean, I went to StockX to get the blue tints. How do I know that's real? You know, I mean, just because they got that little green button, the little green tag that came with the shoe, how I know it's real? I'm doing my video about the damn D and the Unbreakable kick situation. See, he's seen it too. He's seen it too. So, but I mean, how do I know the Yeezys I got from Foot Locker are real? You know what I'm saying? It just so happens that he was caught, and the wrong dude caught him. Straight up, the wrong motherfucker caught him, and he was waiting. You know how when somebody can't stand you, don't like you, they just waiting just waiting for that moment that they can expose you for something. They can, you know, say, yeah, I got you now. That's what I feel with Damn D. And he says that he's doing this, I'm trying to help y'all and this and any other. Damn D do not like Unbreakable kicks. I mean, he has been trying to find some shit on Unbreakable kicks for some time now. And now that he finally has that information, the first thing he did, he ran. And this is one incident. This is not 2, 3, 4, 5, 40, 50 incidents or whatever that he has. One time, and this dude was like, couldn't wait to put the shit on video. Couldn't wait to put that shit on YouTube. And that's what I'm saying. Like you have to watch people. And that's another thing too, Unbreakable. When you know people don't like you, when you know they're hating on you and they want to see you fail, you have to be on your P's and Q's, bro, at all times. And that's just with life. That's just with anything. You got to stay on your P's and Q's. You can't let these motherfuckers see you do something stupid like that. You know what I'm saying? Catch you slipping, and the first thing they do is go to YouTube and put the shit out there like that. I believe it was anybody else. If it was like someone else like Tony D, who knew about, you know, what happened with the fake shoes or what have you, the situation would have been handled differently. I don't think Tony D would have gotten on video and exposed him like Damn D did. You know what I'm saying? I think Damn D is an asshole. I don't like his personality. I think he's a sadist. And I think the only thing he got going for him is the fact that he's muscular. He's ugly as fuck. His personality is ugly. And honestly, I just think he's a broad. He's a broad. Like your girl Tiffany Haddish said, man, some men act like bitches because their coochie fell out. Straight up. Their coochie fell clean out. And he's one of those guys. So, you know, you can't, people like that though, you cannot let them catch you slipping. Even if you made a mistake, you know what I'm saying? And the dude was down bad too. The other dude that gave Damn D that information was down bad for that shit too. He could have just went to Unbreakable Kicks without going to Damn D and telling Damn D, hey, I think old boy sold me fakes. He was down bad for that shit too, but nobody addressed that. I didn't hear nobody address that shit. But old boy, he made a video as well. That was the dude that was sold the fake kicks. He made a video as well. And if you know this dude made an honest mistake, you shouldn't have fucking did that shit. You should have went to him about the fucking, you like, hey, I think you sold me some fake kicks. Unbreakable would have been like, sorry bro, send me, back the kicks. And I would have given you your money back. Without nobody else knowing, without you trying to tell this dude, reputation and all that he's worked hard for down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he fucked up. He was down bad for selling some, kicks without actually looking at the kicks, expecting them. Say, hold on, wait, these are fugazi as fuck. You know what I'm saying? He didn't do that, though. For whatever reason, this one time, he didn't do that. But I just think he could have been handled differently without this. Now this dude got to go loop. He might, his business is in jeopardy. He might not sell as much now. I think he's going to bounce back. I think, it's going to take a while. Probably by next year, he should be. I'm sure he's going to still reach 100K by the end of this year. One monkey don't stop no show. But I do believe at the same time, this has somewhat hurt his business. I don't think he's going to get any pre-orders or whatever you call that shit. Resale pre-orders. It's all the fucking same. Whether you call somebody a pre-orderer or a reseller, the business is selling shoes. It does not matter whether or not, it doesn't matter about how they call themselves or how they title themselves. Damn D made a big ass, huge ass deal about that. Whether he called himself a pre-orderer or a reseller, it's all selling shoes. It's all selling shoes. There is no difference in between the two. Pre-ordering just means that you're getting the shoes a week or a couple of days before the shoe actually debuts and comes out. So what's the big fucking deal if he want to call himself a pre-orderer? What's the big deal? I don't understand that. He made a big, huge deal out of that and saying that if he called himself a pre-orderer, he's going to leave Unbreakable Kicks alone. Like, who the fuck are you? Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? This dude lives way in Chicago. Whatever he does is of no consequence to you. So why in the fuck you tripping on this dude? It seemed like one dude, I heard one of the, I was reading one of the person that was responding, I forgot his name, but he said something about, the meaning of the word obsessed. And he, put their definition in there. And he said something else about, it's all about jealousy, it's all about pride. And that's what it is. Deep down, people are jealous because they can't be you. They can't be successful like you. They're not as likable as you. And people could be jealous of that. And they will try to do whatever they can to steal some of your shine. And I think that's what Damn D is trying to do. And it's all for likes. You doing this shit for likes. You doing this shit like you tearing down somebody else's reputation. All they've worked hard for just a fucking like and someone to like your video. That's what I mean. Like, universal love, bro. Whatever you throw out in the world is going to come back to you. So Damn D, just make sure when you get your revenge and when shit start happening and you start having downward spirals in your life and your clientele and shit for personal fitness may not be flowing as much and you may have to downsize and probably move to another apartment complex and all this shit when shit start going bad for you, don't ask why, yeah? Don't ask why. You bought that shit on yourself. You bought that shit on yourself. And that's just in life, period. People, I'm just telling you, when you try to be successful, when you try to do something good in your life, you go always have that one person or those people that just for some reason they don't like you. They glorify the fact when you in the trenches and when you kind of on the low side of things or the low side of life, on the wayside, of life. There are people that are preying on other people. And I'm not talking about praying like P-R-A-Y. I'm talking about P-R-E-Y. Like, there are people that actually prey on other people. And they want to just make sure, like, if I don't want them to see, I don't want them to succeed. I don't want them to to be better than me. I don't want them to be successful, more successful than me, or richer than me, or what I'm gonna do, whatever I got to do to shut his shit down. And that's what Damn D said. Damn D was like, I want this dude page, I want his page to be deleted off of YouTube. We gotta get rid of this nigga. And I just don't, for one simple incident, don't get me wrong, it was messed up. Yeah, we admitted, he admitted it. Unbreakable Kicks admitted that he messed up. But I think it should have been handled totally different. I think the dude, like I said, was down bad for putting Unbreakable shit out there and telling Damn D, the worst person who could ever know anything. And that's another thing too. When you know you got people, you know you got somebody that can't stand somebody. And when that person mess up, you go tell the person that you know can't stand that person. Yes, yeah, you know she did that. Yeah, she went ahead and did this. She went ahead and did that. So the dude that don't like the other dude is like, oh yeah, and just use that shit against them to make them look bad. And old boy was down bad for that shit. Oh, Damn D was down bad for what the fuck he did. The boy that was sold the kicks was wrong for telling Damn D that shit. He could have just told Unbreakable Kicks and been done with it. You know what I'm saying? And Unbreakable Kicks was wrong for not checking the shoe, inspecting the shoe, making sure that the shoe was authentic before he sold it. Bottom, point blank. But I just think, you know, I truly believe Unbreakable Kicks, bruh. I'm praying for you. I'm praying for your family. And I hope you know, definitely bounce back from this. People on YouTube, what I'm noticing, it's just like people in Hollywood. When you on top, they love you, but when you do something fucked up, you all in the tabloids. They predicting that you're gonna fail and die and shit like that. They had one dude I saw that was saying the dude that Unbreakable Kicks, it could be that he commits suicide. I understand that point, but let's not, come on now. Let's be realistic about this. It's not that serious for a dude to take his own life. And I know Unbreakable Kicks, he got too much to live for. He got a family, you know. He got too much going for him to take his own life. So I don't think it's going to get that serious. But lives have been fucked up because of what other people have done them. The trying to expose them and just trying to pretty much put their name to shame. And that shit got to stop, especially with us black folk. We can't be doing that shit to each other no more. That crabs in the barrel syndrome shit, we gotta stop that. We gotta stop that shit, bro. You know, the minute they come up, or they think they bougie, they think they all that, they think they better than me and this and that and the other, you know. So let me do what I gotta do to tear that person down. That's some fucked up shit. That shit has been ingrained in us since slavery. That's just some shit that we just have in our brain as far as tearing down one another. We gotta stop that shit. We just gotta stop it. So that's my take on it. Unbreakable Kicks, hold your head up, bro. Hold your head up. Don't stop grinding. Keep doing what you're doing. Damn D, calm as a bitch. It's gonna come back to you. Believe that. And to YouTube, you know, YouTube is big enough that everybody could still make their videos. They can still make a living, a good living, without having to tear each other down or without having to compete against each other. You know? Still could be cool with one another. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you could agree to disagree at times, but at the same time, you don't have to tell nobody else down, or have to, you know, try to fuck over somebody else's hustle, you know, because you don't like them, or because you don't agree with how they do business and shit. What they do ain't got nothing to do with you at all. So anyways, yeah, that's my take on it, bro. But anywho, all right, well, y'all take it easy. Y'all be blessed. I think he's almost done with my car. He got to just vacuum inside. We going, my birthday was 2 weeks ago, and his birthday was last week. So we're going to this place. We're going to check this place out. called Rum House out here. They're supposed to sell authentic Jamaican food. We gonna see though. Hope that she good. I hear a lot of good things about it. So we're gonna check them out. We're gonna have like a nice little get together tonight. You know, no hateration, holleration in this dancery. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, anyway, y'all be blessed. Keep your head up and stand strong. And like Unbreakable said, we out.